everyone, pretty-pegasus-wings and V-Chart 920 here with a sort of emergency casting call for Conquest.
During the production of Conquest Episode 2, the VA for Brazen, who appears in Episode 3, dropped, and since we don't have an understudy, seeing as she was the only one to audition, we're a bit stuck.
Episode 2 is coming along well and it's almost complete, meaning we're preparing to work on Episode 3, but we can't do that without a Brazen. We've been searching for months for a replacement and have been unable to find one.
So we figured with Episode 3 about to go into production, we'd cast the characters for Episode 4 while we look for a Brazen to stay ahead of things. That and maybe get a few more artists and the singers we've been looking for.
When you're done listening to this video, please read through the whole Google Doc below. If you don't and try to audition, we'll know. It stands out more than you think, and you'll be more unlikely to be casted. You don't need to ask permission to audition. Simply read the doc, which contains all you need to know. Here are the general rules and need-to-knows for voice auditions. You need a decent mic, no laptop mics, headsets, phones, unless you're able to clean them to a standard quality level. Your auditions can't have too much background noise. Cleanable noise is acceptable, but the cleaner the better. Static, microphone fumbling or touching, peaking or popping. We need to be able to hear you, so make sure it's set at a reasonable level, so about 24 to 12 should be good.
We'd like auditioners to have a Discord so we can keep in contact with you and you can see any and all updates. If you can't, you may be less likely to get picked. But if we like your audition enough, we will find a way to work around this.
Activity is important. When we message you, we would like a response within a week of sending. If there are updates being posted that pertain to you or require a response, we expect one. Life can get in the way, so be sure to let us know what's up or if there's something that could impede your ability to work on the project. We will understand and not hold it against you, and we can be flexible. If you're inactive for a prolonged period of time, unresponsive to the messages being sent, you will be dropped. No warning. Please don't drop without saying anything. We understand if something comes up or if you're no longer interested. Leaving the chat with no prior warning is considered leaving the project. Doing this will get you banned from working on this project in the future.
Understudy roles are available, so if you're not picked for the main role, you may be picked for that. Just because you're picked as one doesn't mean you're going to be sitting around doing nothing. Extra voices will be needed, and being one may increase your chances of getting an official role in the future, since we'll have you on standby and we know your voice. Be as committed and active as any VA.
Professionalism is important. Please keep bloopers, improv, and the like out of your audition. Those should be saved for the blooper reel and official recordings respectively.
Acting is important. As much as we'd like to get the right voice and good quality audio, acting is what sells the characters. Emote, express, breathe life into the characters you're auditioning for.
Don't alter your auditions. No voice effects, filters, auto-tuning, you get the idea. We need to hear your raw audio to get an idea of how clean it is if we pick you, or if your voice is what we want. Alterations, if any, will be done by us. Splicing or increasing the volume is fine.
Some characters have a link to voice samples to give an idea of what we want them to sound like. You don't have to follow them directly. Feel free to give your own interpretation if you have a better idea. Put it alongside one following our descriptions or voice sample link. As for Brazen, we're not asking you to sound exactly like the original VA, but her voice is exactly what we imagined. Just try to get as close as you can.
You must be 15 years or older to audition. This is a more mature project, and we don't want those too young to be a part of it. There will be swearing, violence, and sometimes what could be described as triggering scenes. Keep this in mind before you audition. You may be asked to participate in such a scene. If you submit an audition, you're telling us you're okay with potentially swearing or acting for one of the more serious scenes. Feel free to ask anything about the role. If you're worried you may voice something you'd be uncomfortable doing. Some roles are labeled 18+. This is because they are involved in more adult-based situations or other scenes not suitable for minors. Only audition if you're 18 years or older.
You can audition for more than one character. Chances are you won't get more than one main role or two mediums. The more characters you voice, the more it blends. So we won't be choosing you for more than 2 to 3 roles depending on who you audition for.
Auditions can be submitted via email or casting call club. Don't submit it as a YouTube video alone. You can share it on YouTube after, but it won't be accepted unless sent directly to us. Please send it as an MP3 or WAV file. If you submit it through email, keep all VA or artist auditions to one email. Don't submit the same audition through both methods. Pick one. We won't pick you if you spam us with emails and notifications on CCC. Please label them like so: MLP Conquest, character, your name, basically the name you want to be credited by, and send them to mlpempireproductions@gmail.com.
For artist auditions, you will need a Discord and be active like we mentioned with the VAs.
To qualify, please send 5 pieces of your most recent and best work. To get an idea of what we're looking for, please look at the first episode of Conquest. We'll also edit in a few pieces from it here, but the episode showcases more. Sending examples of backgrounds, art that's more than pony since there's all sorts of species appearing, and scenes that showcase different angles and poses will help increase your chances.
We aren't asking for the highest quality of art. At most, we ask that pieces have clean lines, a background, and are fully colored. Shading would be nice, but it's optional. We ask that you at least have a sense of anatomy, expression, and be able to keep consistency.
We don't accept base art or work that doesn't use backgrounds you've made. Only send in art that's entirely done by you.
We'll be asking for 2 to 5 images per episode and expect it to be done within 2 to 3 months. Extensions can be given if need be, but we're not waiting a year for you to get it done.
In this project, there will be violence and other mature and serious scenes as mentioned with the VAs. If you don't feel comfortable drawing for these, let us know and we'll assign you scenes that you're more comfortable with. Collabing with other artists on our team is also an option.
Send your 5 pieces to mlpempireproductions@gmail.com or leave a link to a Google Doc with them on CCC. Make sure to turn sharing on, otherwise it won't count because we can't see it.
And finally, we are still looking for some singers. There aren't any musical numbers in Conquest as of now, but we are looking to have the end credits song sung by the cast of Conquest. Specifically the main characters and important supporting characters. We also thought it'd be fun to have parody songs written and sung by the characters of Conquest. If the character you're auditioning for also has a singing role, you don't need to sing to audition for the voice role. We don't care to keep it to the same people as these characters will more than likely never sing in an official episode.
If you are picked as a singer but don't want to participate in the parody songs, that's fine. That part of the role is optional. We're more interested in getting the end credits song sung.
There will also be different versions of how it's sung, so you may be asked to reprise your role over the course of the series.
Same rules apply as above. All we ask is that you know how to sing, can keep rhythm with the song, and sound like the characters. Your impressions don't have to be spot on since you won't be singing in the official episodes. Just close enough so it's clear who's singing. We're more likely to pick someone who can sing over someone who sounds like the characters.
For your audition, please sing a portion of Rule No More by Mitchell Miller. The chorus would be most helpful as every singer will be singing this portion.
Who we need will be in a Google Doc or on CCC. Label your file as such. MLP Conquest singing _ character _ your name.
With that, let's move on to the characters. The character that needs to be recast and the one we're most in need of is Brazen.
The canon characters you can audition for, appearing in episode 4, are Dragonlord Ember, Garble, Spike, and Smolder. And the canon characters we need singing voices for are Queen Chrysalis, Lord Tyrek, and Princess Cadence.
The original characters you can audition for appearing in episode 4 are Philistine, Antigra, Fury, Felicity, Sconce, Hematite, and Ivory. We also need a few one-off characters for this episode: Giovanna, Brooker, Razor, and Rogue. They only appear for this episode as of now, so we aren't too picky on their voices aside from a few details. Feel free to try anything that fits. Their minor character who will eventually come back in much later by the name of Scimitar. His role will be more minor than the one-off, so keep that in mind. The original characters we need singers for are Dr. Filter and Queen Niravera.
Audition lines will be in the doc provided below.
Good luck to all who intend to audition. We look forward to hearing your amazing voice work and seeing your lovely art.
If you can't, you may be less likely to shut the fuck up. I heard that snicker. But if we like your audition enough, we will find a way to work around this. And I fucking fucked up in that bit. Just because you're picked as one doesn't mean you're... Oh boy. Just because you're picked as one doesn't mean you're going to be sitting around... Okay. As much as we'd like to get the voice right... As much as... Fuck. Fuck. As much as we'd like to get the God damn it, I keep switching those two words. As much as... Fuck. God damn it. Fuck. Some characters have a link to voice Fucking... That was yours, Eric. That was your phone.
Where's my phone?
Still on the windowsill. Put it alongside one following art description. Put it alongside one following art following fuckery. We're not asking you to sound exactly like the original VI. Get your fucking cursor out of the way so I can read. So we won't be choosing you for more than two or three. 2 to 3. At most, oh fucking Christ. At most, we ask most. I said most again. Oh, I need water. Oh my god. Help me. At most, fucking shit. At most, we ask for, oh my god. At most, we ask that pieces have clean lines, a background, and are fully fucking shit. Shading with fucking Christ. Extensions. Get your fucking cursor out of the way. Oh, fuck. If you're picked as a singer, but don't want to participate, fucking shitting Christ.
I'm having a fucking stroke over there.
I'm having a fucking stroke. Thanks for noticing. Fuck. If you are picked as a singer, but don't want to participate in the fucking shit.
Pissing match.
Pissing match?
That's all I heard, man.
Oh no. If sent through email, If sent through email, MLP Conquest. MLP Conquest Shining. MLP Conquest. Almost fucking did it again. MLP Conquest Singing Understore. God. MLP Conquest Singing Understore. And mechanic characters we need singing voices. Fucking Christ almighty. And mechanic.
Flurry? Oh, I said flurry. I hate myself.